President of the Wilkes-Barre Taxpayers Association. Address is www.wilkesbarretaxpayers.com. I'm here tonight to speak on behalf of all of the taxpayers. It has come to my attention that council may think that when citizens come before you, that say citizens may have a hidden agenda. In an email from a council member to a citizen, the council member writes, quote, "You and the others may mean well, but when you come before council, you assume that we have not asked any questions or have not checked things out. That is not the case. Many of the things that were brought up last night have been questioned by me and other council members. I feel that many of you think that you have to tell us what to do. We are intelligent people, and we care about the city of Wilkes-Barre. When we will not do something unless we believe it's in the best interest of the city. We are residents of the city, and decisions we make affect all of our families. We appreciate citizen input, but please do not assume we're not doing our jobs." End quote. Please understand that we as citizens are not in any way trying to tell you what to do. We're begging you, please take off your rose-colored glasses and see what we see. It's not that we think you're not asking the questions, it's simply we know you're being lied to by this administration. Examples are, in an April 13th edition of the Citizens' Voice, Councilmember Bill Barrett and Tony George expressed surprise after the meeting that J.J. Murphy was hired as a consultant. It's an absolute coincidence, this administration states repeatedly. Is it a coincidence that back in December, J.J. recommended his brother's firm be given a no-bid contract to lease the parking authority? Or is it a coincidence that J.J.'s brother's firm then hired J.J. at the bargain rate of just $5 per minute to talk to his buddies on the phone? Is it a coincidence that Bank of America would write a generic letter alleging that missing credit card statements do not exist and then provide them to a citizen upon a subpoena? Or perhaps it's a coincidence that now all of the receipts from those aforementioned missing credit card statements that were coughed up upon subpoena are also mysteriously missing. Is it a coincidence that a charity dedicated to helping starving children in third world countries somehow funneled over $1 million to this third-class city? Again, it may be a coincidence that we were all lied to about the purchases of fire trucks. Money came from federal grants and city coffers, we were told at the time. But after a citizen's investigation became public, it was co-stars, we were told. It didn't require bids. No, wait a minute, there were bids, but we couldn't find them. Then wait, City Solicitor Bill Vinsco told us it was due to specific patented items that could not be explained. That's why there were no bids. Then finally, it was a donation that should be celebrated, not questioned, said our mayor. Perhaps it's a coincidence that the only Sorik Safe and Lock invoice to have the ship-to field left blank was that of a $6,000 move of a $4,000 security system to JJ's new house, years after the threat the police chief used to justify the outrageous purchase had passed. Or perhaps it's yet a coincidence that when a citizen asked to see the 5-year-old invoice, she was provided with a fraudulent document. Or when I, the president of the Taxpayers Association, asked to view that same 5-year-old document, the response I got was a letter from Mr. McLaughlin stating, "Sorry, we must have lost that, but here's a recreated document in its place." Perhaps it's a coincidence that the monitoring fees that were billed for JJ's home security system, but when made public, Sorik said, "Oops, that's a 5-year-old accounting error, we'll correct it now." How many misplaced, stolen, eaten, shredded documents don't exist in the city anymore due to this administration covering up their wrongdoing, their coincidences? So in closing, I just would like to say that we as citizens never doubt you're asking the questions. We're just asking you to truly see what we see and think about what you're being fed before swallowing it. Remember, you are the legislative branch of our city. You have the power to investigate these issues and end them. Thank you.